Looks like Sarah Michelle Gellar's trying to get some work in Hollywood or something, because now, a few years too late, by the way, I'd like to point that out, she's decided to crawl out of whatever hole she was in to defend Captain Marvel, a movie that came out. When did this movie come out? 4 or 5 years ago at this point? It's been a minute since Captain Marvel dropped. But I guess it needs defending yet again. The reason I say she's looking for a job, I don't think she's worked that much lately. And usually when celebrities do this, it's kind of like they're looking for the press. And an easy way to get press, especially in today's media, is to come out and defend a movie like Captain Marvel or something, and it'll get you instant headlines. So Buffy star Sarah Michelle Gellar says negative reaction to female-led movies, Marvel movies, is backwards. I almost think she's looking for a job at Marvel. And, you know, I think that there's better ways to do that, but she's choosing to go this route. So what I find funny about this is her show. The reason that she's as famous as she is because of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which wasn't really my show, but I know a lot of people loved that show. And more power to you. I don't have anything against it. The reason that I want to bring that up is because that show is pretty universally loved. Most people that know of that show like it, don't have anything really negative to say about it. It was a female-led show through and through. There's like one now, although there were 3 main dudes. I know a little bit about the show. So there was that Spike guy, Angel, and then the dummy buffoon guy that was in their Scooby-Doo gang. I think that's what they called them, their little Scooby-Doo gang. So there was that goofy guy. I don't remember his name. And then there were the 2 male vampires. Other than that, it was a female show. Nobody was running around calling that show woke or trashing it. Most people seemed to like it. So what I always find funny about this narrative that, the female movies are getting review bombed. They're not getting review bombed. They're just not good movies. Captain Marvel through and through is a shitty movie. Even the critics knew that movie was shitty, and they played ball and covered up the fact that they all hated it. Here's that famous clip. I'll play it again.
Everybody in our industry occasionally has to play softball, occasionally has to, look the other way a little bit. Everybody has to do it.
Wait, we're turning what? Like a movie
in the sense that,
or?
I hated a movie, but I won't say that I hated the movie. Or an actor behaved a sort of way, and you don't want to, put it out there that happened.
Right, because you might not get the next review,
right.
next gig.
So to some degree, everybody in our industry that is a part of this quote-unquote access media has to sort of decide which battles they want to pick.
Critics admit that they played ball with Captain Marvel. It's not a good movie. Here's the thing. Nobody would review bomb a movie. I don't call it, it's not review bombing. It's just that it's bad. But they call it review bombing. Nobody would give a bad review to the stuff if it was actually good. That's the problem. They're all shit. Captain Marvel was bad. An awful movie. I don't know. Miss Marvel, didn't watch it. Nobody watched it. Actually, have you seen my previous videos on that? Black Widow was, I don't know if that got reviewed. I don't want to say review bombed because it wasn't. I don't know if that got bad reviews or not. That movie was bad. It was not a good movie, in my opinion. Maybe you liked it. I didn't. And then what's funny about this is maybe most people liked it. Black Widow, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Miss Marvel, 80% Marvel audience average score. That doesn't look like a review bombing to me. Looks like most people liked it. But when it comes to Captain Marvel, 45%. Because it's not a good movie. It's an awful movie. The Marvels that's coming out this year, Captain Marvel 2, likely going to be an awful movie. I have very, very low expectations for that movie, and you probably should too. So it's funny, like it would seem surprisingly Black Widow was liked. I don't know why, because it's a pretty bad movie. But let's take a look at what she had to say here. I want to go to this one because it condensed it. So, speaking to The Guardian, Gellar said it's very backwards how female-led projects for Marvel often get torn apart in a way Marvel-led male movies don't. Where women can really succeed and hold an audience, Gellar said, every time a Marvel movie tries to do a female cast, it just gets torn apart. Unfortunately, audiences aren't as accepting. There's still this mentality of the male superhero, this very backwards way of thinking. Gellar might be referring to how Marvel-led movies such as Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel wasn't review bombed. I just looked at it. It wasn't review bombed before they were even released. Bullshit on Miss Marvel. They changed it so you can't review something before it comes out. You have to wait 3 days now to review shit if you're just an audience member. So that didn't happen with Miss Marvel. It didn't happen. Captain Marvel, the critics admit they didn't like that movie. I just played you the clip. Trolls flooded these websites with negative reviews due to the project spotlighting female superheroes in leading roles. That's bullshit. And she previously told Den of Geek that it's really hard when you've done something like Buffy because it's not that I've avoided the genre. It's just that I can't top that. So it has to either something that's so different or equally as good as Buffy, or all of those things have to sort of come together. I'm all for them continuing the story because that's the story of female empowerment, Gellar continued. I love the way the show was left. Every girl who has the power can have the power. It's set up perfectly for someone else to have the power, but like I said, the metaphors of Buffy were the horrors of adolescence. I think I look young, but I am not an adolescent. So she's out there trying to get a job with Marvel. Is what's going on here. She needs work, I guess. So she's got to come out and attack fans that didn't like Captain Marvel. What are you doing? This is how you destroy your goodwill of fans. You know, you could go do conventions and make a lot of money every year. Instead, you want some shitty Marvel project, and I'm just speculating here. Because who was talking about her before this? Nobody was talking about Sarah Michelle Gellar yesterday, last week, a month ago, because she hasn't done anything. I don't think she's been in anything for a while. Yeah, she's got some stuff here. Wolfpack, Do Revenge, Clerks 3. Yikes. And then she was also in, Masters of the Universe Revelation. That's why. Remember how salty people were with that bullshit? But she doesn't even mention this. She doesn't even mention it. She talks specifically about Marvel. So she's had a few things here and there, but nothing really big. Robot Chicken, Cruel Intentions, that was 2016. So look at this, from 2018 and up, she's barely been in everything. So she's looking for work. That's what's going on there. She wants a job. And she specifically goes after Marvel. She doesn't go after them. She says Marvel movies. The reason she does that is she's trying to get Kevin Feige's attention. He'll say, I like this messaging, this woke narrative that she's pushing. Maybe she gets hired to be some kind of agent of S.W.O.R.D. That could happen. I think that's the angle. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.